I'm pushing 40 years old. The older I get, the more I realize how quickly life moves. As I watch a lot of kids today, including my own, I realize they don't feel like they have a purpose. They sleep all the time. They don't actually live their life. Well, this is a message for them. Life is short. It may not seem like it. Don't wake up one day and realize you've missed it. In the past couple years, my wife and I have started doing hiking trips. It's good for our health, but the main reason is we both love being outside. It's a way to unwind and just be out in nature and enjoy the outdoors. Well, this recent trip was a 2-day trip to the Zaleski State Forest in Ohio. We did a variation of the South Loop. Instead of starting on the South Loop Trail, we started on the Moonville Rail Trail and then met up with the South Loop after seeing Moonville Tunnel. Moonville was a remote mining town in southeastern Ohio, now famous for its abandoned railroad tunnel and ghost stories. The town thrived briefly in the late 1800s before fading away, leaving behind eerie remnants and legends. Founded in 1856, Moonville grew around the Marietta and Cincinnati Railroad after Samuel Coe donated land to support the rail line. The town was primarily inhabited by two families, the Coes and the Fergusons, and reached a population of over 100 at its peak. Its economy centered around coal mining and timber, with a mill and lumber operations along Raccoon Creek. As rail traffic declined and mines closed, the town dwindled and the last family left in 1947. Today, only stone foundations, a cemetery, and a tunnel remain.
So this was once the site of clay and coal mining in the 1960s. The site was purchased by ODNR. Ohio University students come out here to learn hands-on classroom real-world experience. That's cool.
Moonville Rail Trail. Smells like fall. It's great. I never did see a cemetery. houses used to be? Yeah, I don't know that either. Unless they're over in this area over here that's flooded. I said unless they're over in this flat area over here that's all torn down and flooded. The Moonville Tunnel was part of the Marietta and Cincinnati Railroad. Serving as a key passage through the rugged terrain of Benton County, it's now part of the Moonville Rail Trail, a popular hiking and ghost hunting destination. The tunnel is surrounded by dense forests and steep drops, adding to its mystique. Visitors often describe the approach as remote and unsettling. Moonville is considered one of Ohio's most haunted locations. Several ghost stories persist. The Engineer's Ghost, the most prominent ghost story of the Moonville Tunnel. In the 1880s, engineer Theodore Lawhead died in a train collision due to a dispatch error. His spirit is said to appear near the tunnel holding a lantern. Other tales include ghostly train sightings, phantom footsteps, and apparitions near the cemeteries. Visiting today, the tunnel and surrounding trail are accessible to hikers and history buffs, while its town itself is gone. Interpretive signs, remnants of buildings, and the cemetery offer glimpses into its past. The area is part of the Hocking Hills region, known for its natural beauty and rugged terrain. Come off of the Moonville Rail Trail, and this here section is where it splits off. To where we're here. Catch the trail here. Go up to campsite 2 for the night. And then we'll finish the loop tomorrow morning. Some interesting facts here. After stopping and viewing the Moonville Tunnel and learning some more about the history of Moonville, we were onto the trail and head to the campsite for the night. We stayed at campsite 2, which is at the top of the ridge about halfway through the South Loop. After the day hike, it ended up being a little over 6 miles from the parking lot to the campsite. Our packs weighed about 30 pounds each, and we were feeling pretty good. Orange blazes are actually fairly well marked on this trail. Part of the reason for this trip was to test out her new pack, and I had a new pack to test out also. We also had some new cold weather gear to test out and some down sleeping bags that we had purchased in the end of last winter and never had a chance to use yet. The sleeping bags are rated for sub-zero temperatures, and it only got down in the 40s, so we were actually very comfortable overnight that night. For anyone looking to do the Zaleski South Loop, be prepared for some slippery terrain, trees down across the trails, and the occasional cliff that you might slip and fall on. We'll get to that later in this video. You don't expect this kind of steep inclines in Ohio. Some of the rugged terrain in this area of Ohio reminded me of our trip to Tennessee a couple years ago, where we went from Clingman's Dome down a couple thousand feet in elevation to campsite 68 is where we stayed for the night. So for anyone visiting this area, be aware that even with filtration, you shouldn't drink the water. There's water provided at campsites along with a basic outhouse. Morning arrived. It was absolutely beautiful. Watched the sun come up from inside the hammocks. Couldn't have asked for a better way to wake up. We did, however, have to hurry up and pack up and get to moving because we had a rainstorm coming in and it was supposed to start by 8 a.m. and it was going to last all day long, which it did. So what we learned later on, after we returned from our trip, was about how many bear sightings there have been in southeastern Ohio this year. And not just southeastern Ohio, there have been bear sightings in central Ohio, northwest Ohio, southwest Ohio. There have been bear sightings all over Ohio this year. That's not something you normally have to worry about when you're camping in Ohio. Something else I have learned on this trip is when backpacking, for the amount of miles this was, which this wasn't a lot of miles by any means. According to my fitness trackers and my watch, I burnt about 10,000 calories for Saturday and about 10,000 calories for Sunday. Had well over 20,000 steps both days. Let's just say by the time this was done, I was starving when I got home. It's 8:17 a.m. it's going to rain here in about an hour, so we're trying to get out of here pretty quick. Alright, we just found a place to stop for lunch. Check this out. We're back in the cave. It's raining out here. We're nice and dry. We came down from up in there. Come down a ridge line here. Found this place. So we're gonna have some peanut butter and jelly. Shortly after this, it started pouring down rain. Couldn't get the camera out to record, and I had a minor accident where I slipped and about fell off the edge of a cliff. But we made it back safe. We stopped to visit Hope Furnace. And that was the end of our trip. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe. Thanks. See you next time.